Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and today's video, the very belated part 8 of my Road to Geneva series. Sorry it's taken a while to get this one out, I'll come back onto that in a second. But in the last video, part 7, finally made it to Switzerland. I'm now in Basel and we're on day 15 of this trip. I can see the weather's still quite nice, however it has been a bit indecisive over the last couple of days, so I've been kind of stuck in a hotel. But today we're going to take a little tour of the city before in the next couple of videos finally making our way down to Geneva, weather dependent. It is incredibly bright today, so before we start today's video, let me stop and put my sunglasses on. Also got the guns out, vest on today. Sun's out, guns out. But also why I put my sunglasses on, I suppose it's a good opportunity to tell you why it's taken forever to get this video out. Sorry, been super busy on the job hunt, also been travelling again, so just limited time to edit videos. But I'm back on the case now and I'm committed to getting this series finished in the next month or so. Right, final check of the bag, enough of my excuses, let's get on with today's video. Before I do, and if you're new to the channel, we're now in Switzerland, the 4th country on my epic journey down to Geneva. I started the journey in the UK, a trip across London, then jumped on a ferry onto the second country, Holland, where I cycled all the way up the Kusturitzen to Amsterdam before attending the F1 at Zandvoort. Following Holland, I then rode down into Germany, all the way to Cologne, along the Rhine, taking in some cool sights along the way like the cathedral. But then I jumped on a train, took a bit of a cheat, avoided some bad weather, and that took me all the way to Basel. Then in part 7, we finally made it to the Swiss border. If you've not seen them, you can catch all those parts on the channel now. But now, on with today's video, we take a ride around the historic Swiss city of Basel. Let's go! So, let's do a little tour of the city. Show you some cool places. Let's go and check out the old city wall. We're going to check out the border. What I like about Basel is it's a city that straddles 3 countries, France, Germany and Switzerland. We're currently in the Swiss part, but we are also going to head to the German border. So, since my last video I've actually changed hotels. This one's a little bit closer to the station, it's also a lot nicer. The other one was not too bad, but it did smell of wet dog, which was not ideal. So we've moved here because I'm expecting some rain to come in the next couple of days, and I'm going to have to probably take the train, so being close to the station makes sense. Check out this cool guy on his e-bike. He's going to get in the way in a minute. But yeah, first stop on the tour today, we're going to make our way down to the main SBB station. So from our hotel there's this cool little cycleway. So let's check out the station first. But yeah, really cool here. Nice path all the way to the station, especially in the winter. I can imagine pretty useful. Right, still got this e-bike joker. Well, the first joker of the day. He's just cruising, so I'm like, right, I'll overtake you. And as soon as I get alongside him, he's like, right, I'm not having that. So I'm just going to cruise off. And then just shoots off. It's like, mate, if you can do that, do that. Don't just hang around. Get in my way. Pain in the backside. But yeah, I did love this cool little cycle route through here. It was awesome. Yeah, it's real hot today. Rain's coming later, so it's actually cool looking down a little bit. But yeah, we've got to put in our trip now where the weather is just indecisive. Some days it's just going to piss down, some days it's going to be really hot. But I think for the next couple of weeks we are going to be dealing with rain. So yeah, make the most of the last sunny day for now. Then we're going to make our way to if I lose anything I have to replace it, because we need everything we've got on us. I'll come back onto plans for the rest of this trip towards the end of the video, but there's some bad weather coming our way, so I've got to try and avoid that if I can. And it's going to make it tricky in the next couple of days.
But yeah, how cool is this little subway through the city? Pretty cool, all the way to the station. So this is Basel SBD, so the Swiss station. We originally got off at the German station, but the Swiss station's fine. There's lots of trams, bikes, cars, the lot.
So I thought I'd stop here just to let the tram get out of the way. And there's my mate on the e-bike again. And behind me is Joker number 2. This guy, taxi driver, he doesn't like me sitting in the taxi rank, so he's like, move out of the way.
Mate, you need that much room,
I'm like, mate, seriously, do you really need that literally 6 feet? But apparently he did, and then he proceeded to push his car forward 6 feet. Ridiculous. Anyway, onwards and upwards. And now made it to the main station. Beautiful place. If you come to Basel by train, this is probably where you're going to end up.
Yeah, so welcome to
But
Basel.
right in the heart of the city, loads of hustle bustle. You've got the trams, bikes, people everywhere. Lovely old buildings. Great place to come if you're in the city. There's also one more thing I do want to show you while I'm here, which is great for cyclists like me. So if we head back towards the front of the station, hidden away, out of view, something really cool, which they've also got in Amsterdam, and on my video there I didn't go and see. So for this video, I made sure we go and check out the bicycle park underground.
Let's ride through 100 places.
This was an awesome little place. There's a garden here, making sure everything was secure. Room for like thousands of bikes. And again, in the winter where it snows here, this is probably a perfect place to come and leave your bike. Keep it out of the snow and the wet. But yeah, I love it in here. These are great to see, right? They want people to use bikes. You want someone secure to park in. In the UK, you leave your bike anywhere for 2 minutes, it's done.
Quite cool in here, right?
But yeah, cool in here.
So underground park of bikes. Parked here the other day, pretty safe, pretty secure. So if you're in Basel and you've got a bike, it's a good place to take it. Question is, how do we get out? This is where we get out. So that's quite cool, right?
So that was the main station, or the Swiss station. There's also a German one as well. And also the bike park, or bike parking, under the station. Definitely worth checking out. Loads going on over there. But for now, we're going to head over to the old city. It's a short ride over, maybe 5-10 minutes. Making my way there now. And on the way I see this cool bike. Don't see one of them every day.
Oh, very nice.
So we've now made it to the second stop on today's tour, the old town of Basel. There's been settlements here since the time of the Romans. You see, I think it's one of the most well preserved old towns, apart from all these roadworks, in Europe. And it's famous for these tiny little streets. But also all these square courtyards. And I think there's over 800 fountains here as well. So if you're thirsty, perfect place to come. And it was lovely to ride through here. Although you don't go too fast. But the police there, bike please. On patrol. Keeping an eye on me, make sure I'm not going too fast, although I don't have a helmet on. Not great. But yeah, like I say, the old town. Cathedral, which I didn't visit, has been here for like 800 years. So it's been a trading hub on the Rhine for over 800 years. Going back to the Roman times.
Medieval.
Well, look, there's one of the fountains. Someone's covered in graffiti. I love it, mate. People have no idea what's going on. So hopefully they clean it up. And then we came on to third Joker of the day. This car guy. Obviously the other bike didn't care. Just cruised past, but he got in the way. So yeah, 3 Jokers today. Awesome. So then I reached St Albans Tower, I believe.
Look at this. It's beautiful.
And you've got this lovely park on the other side, which was like no cyclists, so couldn't go in there. Then you see outward looking. These are the arches, people throwing stones at people trying to get in. The old city. Very cool.
Wow, that was cool.
I do love the history.
This place is lovely.
And from there we can take a ride down past all these medieval houses and go and check out the old city walls and the old paper mill.
Let's head down the old town. It's the old city walls. We're going to do some cycling today because we did a little bit. We maybe did 20 kilometres yesterday. Do about the same today. Tomorrow we're not going to be doing much because the weather's wet. Oh, look at these houses, man. Reminds me of the medieval houses where I live. Just windows into the floor. Awesome, you know what I mean? It's just fucking crazy how things get done in the old ways. Yeah, definitely in the old city now. It looks terrible now. Hopefully it'll be like yesterday where the weather did look bad, but it's pretty cool. River running through it.
Right. Let's keep going through these narrow city streets. Once upon a time would have been mud. You see how they've raised the concrete up. They made all the doorways smaller.
It's just been mud, horse carts, before they paved everything. And there is the mighty Rhine. Amazing.
But yeah, we're now at the paper mill. There's a very nice restaurant here. Don't mind me, folks. Just cutting through. Collect your meals.
Wow, look at that.
So I think this used to be the paper mill. Do like a wall wheel. Pretty cool.
Nice.
Good fun. Get on Instagram. And just around the corner from the paper mill
That's fucking cool.
is the cool old city walls,
You can ride down there, maybe.
which is awesome because there's like no one here, so you've got the whole place to yourself. Oh man, at the time I thought it's probably not that hard to get over that, but I realised it's actually the inward facing, so that's where all the arches stand.
It's fucking cool as hell, man. It's real cool. Nice down here, man.
Let's go and see if we can get to the other side.
Oh, there's a path down there. Nice. Let's go to the other side of the walls.
Bit of a tight squeeze with a bike. Get through there, nice.
Oh, you can't go up there.
I'm surprised there's like no one here. Look at that. Castle
Beautiful
Baileys.
around here, man.
Let's go and get a closer look.
This is the outside of the wall. The inside, I was thinking people go over that, but they ain't getting over that. It's proper crazy. It's amazing though, man. I love medieval stuff.
So I'm pretty surprised no one else is here. There's not many people around. But yeah, that was the old town. Next stop on the tour of Basel today is the border park on the east side of the city. So we're going to make our way there now, across this cool bridge and back across the Rhine.
I'm gonna have to come back to
And from
Basel.
there, we can actually
Without
jump
bike.
back into Germany. So I'll show you that when we get there. But yeah, the Rhine.
Yeah, Rhine. rolling quickly, man. We're full on this for days, absolute days. But yeah, pretty cool, right?
Very nice around here. Seen a lot of people swimming in it, even though it's kind of middle of September. You see all the locals kind of cruising down the river on nice sunny days. It's a really cool city for that. So yeah, we need to get across this bridge.
Whoa. Let's go.
Which was also pretty awesome. Covered from
In
one
the UK,
side to the
that would
other
literally just be stairs.
in all this graffiti,
And probably a ship lift. We don't know what.
which is lovely.
Wow, look at that big dam. Arms out today. It's fucking hot. So
I did really enjoy it in Basel. It was nice. I stuck here for a few extra days due to the weather. But in general, it was perfect for cycling around. There was loads of open space. Like I say, you got the old town. And it then gave me an opportunity to plan out next steps and get myself down to Geneva.
squeaking on the brakes. It's doing my head in, man. I'd like to sort that out.
So jumping off the other side of the bridge, we get into basically quite a big residential area on our way to the park. Check that out. OVW, very nice.
Oh, it is lovely the weather today, man. It's quite cool in the wind, but outside of the wind it's really warm.
So let's quickly go through what we're going to do in the next couple of videos. So like I say, I'm currently in Basel and it's around about maybe 100 miles down to Geneva from here. However, the weather over the next couple of days is a bit indecisive. Tomorrow apparently got this heavy band of rain coming in, so my plan is to train it over to another town in Switzerland to avoid that rain, and then ride halfway to Geneva from there, and then on Friday ride the rest of the way. However, you'll see in the next video doesn't particularly go to plan, so we'll come back onto that. But yeah, keep an eye out for part 9 where I finally get to Geneva, and then in part 10 we'll take a nice tour of the city to end this series. But back to today's video, still cruising through,
Also improving the roads here.
overtaking all these slow coaches, putting the pedals down. I think they're on e-bikes as well, so yeah, just blitzing people. But the road surfaces are lovely in Switzerland. And that then took me on to this border park. So I like the border park. I found this on my first day in Basel. Well, I'm currently in Switzerland, but on the other side of the stream you've actually got Germany. But yeah, really nice. Loads of kind of areas to cycle around, wooded areas, great for dog walking, running. If you are in Basel for a few days, I'd recommend renting a bike and come out here. It's lovely. Lots of places to relax in the fresh air. But yeah, I've come out here today to show you the border crossing. Yeah, another border crossing. We're going to go head over to Germany before we go back into France today. So the city's pretty cool for that. We'll spend the morning in Germany, afternoon in Switzerland, evening in France. But yeah, this is the border crossing just up here.
So crossing the bridge, and in a few minutes we'll be back in Germany. The weather does look crap, to be fair.
Right, made it to the German border. Now I need to do a stop. Without crashing, easy said than done. Didn't want to embarrass myself in front of these German ladies. Not the most graceful stops, but we made it.
Well, maybe this way, I know. It's lovely, right?
So he was like, which way do you want to go? And to be fair, I'm not really sure at this moment in time. We're going to stop here for a second at the border between Switzerland and Germany. And that was how easy it was to cross. Yeah, another border crossing with no checks, nothing. So that was the border park. Now it's time to head out. The weather's on the turn, rain's on the way, so hopefully we can get to the next test station before it rains. Fortunately, I don't think I do. So we're going to head over to the Rhine and head to the French border, crossing hopefully the Three Countries Bridge. However, spoiler alert, unfortunately the file got corrupted, the footage got corrupted, so I couldn't use that.
Right, now we can
So you
head
just
over
have to
to
check that one out
France.
for yourself. But as we
Good
move
job
out the
over
park,
France.
very, really nice. Let's head over to France. The third country in this video. It's about another 10-minute ride. Takes us across towards the Three Coats Bridge.
The rain has stopped for now, so
Yeah,
we're
got a
going
little bit
to
wet.
France
Had to
here.
change t-shirt. Haven't got the guns out anymore, unfortunately.
France. Oh no, cross over. We're in France now. Cross over to Switzerland.
Yeah, also not fully sure which country I'm in right now. I think I'm kind of halfway between Switzerland and France, in some sort of frontier country. But along the Rhine, and back on the Rhine path that I've been following for many days. River looking glorious. But yeah, Basel is an incredible city. Lots to see. You see loads of people out. Great for cyclists. And the little tour we did today, checked out the nice train station. Then we made our way through the historic Old Town. And then we went back across the Rhine to the border park. And then back to where we are now. But yeah, city, really cool. I really enjoyed it. And I highly recommend you visit if you're in Switzerland. You've got a rich culture, 3 different countries all in one place. So, nearly finished today's ride. Just got a ride up to the hotel. A little bit of a hill to climb. We'll get that done. But we covered around 20 kilometres today and about 20 kilometres yesterday. So we're now up to nearly 1,000 miles on my journey to Geneva. Train's still leading the way. Bike is still catching up. So we've got one more big day of riding left on my way down to Geneva. Hopefully we can avoid this bad weather that's on the way. Wish me luck. But keep an eye out for the next parts, part 9, we finally get to Geneva, and part 10, where we head up through Geneva and check out the city itself. And we'll finish the series there. So thanks for watching the video today. We'll leave you here at the French border. If you've liked today's video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.